Okay, we are live and it is the start of the one-day series, India versus West Indies. We are going to discuss that, but before that, there is an important update that I'd like to give you for everyone who's joining us on Sports Today. We will come to the ODI. The toss is going to happen in a short while from now, but as you know, there was a meeting of all the state units today in New Delhi. And there were various things on the agenda, but the most important, of course, was the change of date of the India versus Pakistan game. It was scheduled for 15th, but then there were reports that, because of security issues and so on and so forth, that date might be changed. Now, the latest update that is coming from the meeting is that no discussion at all took place about changing of dates in that state association meeting. That's very interesting. That is very interesting, and we are giving you that information first up on Sports Today, that no discussion took place about the change of date. Now, I can't tell you what the reason behind that is, whether they have decided to keep that date as such, whether the fact that they were planning to change the date was also incorrect, we don't know. But the only fact we're giving you right now is that no discussion about the change of date took place today, which could mean a few things, which could mean that maybe this was never on the agenda, which could also mean this was on the agenda but a solution had been found. The other thing could be that, the solution may have been that nothing is going to change, right? Which means there is no change of date, so no discussion was to happen. Or the third thing could be that discussion might yet happen in the future if it didn't happen today. Okay, there could be various scenarios, but what we can tell you now is that it seems like, I'm not confirming it because all I'm confirming is that the discussion did not take place, but it seems like, and everything is indicating towards that there may be no change of date at all.
Yeah.
There may be no change of that day at all. There could be various reasons for it. Some of you are pointing out, so are you trying to say that the news yesterday was incorrect? No, it was not. That was also correct. But to change a date, you may have had to make a lot of changes. And remember, and it's not just dependent on the BCCI, when that news did break yesterday, all hell must have broken loose, not just in the corridors of the BCCI, but also in the power corridors of New Delhi. Because this was involving the country, this was involving, probably all your top security agency, home ministry, everything. So maybe there could have been some discussions that took place there, which may have been on the lines of that, no, whatever sudden will do it. Maybe BCCI tried to find a solution quickly as possible, using the help of the government agencies, because if you look at it practically as well, and this is what we had explained on Sports Today, if you were watching all our videos yesterday, which we explained that practically also not possible to change the date. One, there were already 2 matches planned on that day. 2, that Pakistan was just playing a match day before that, so it was just 1 day gap. How do you get them to play another game? Changing 1 game would just, change the entire schedule of the World Cup, and it would have been a logistical nightmare for anyone to achieve. So all of that taken into account, we had explained it to you yesterday only, that while people may have been mulling changing that date because it was coinciding with Navratri, practically and logically it didn't seem possible. And which is why, quite possibly, is what I'm hearing, that's why BCCI didn't discuss it. We're not saying that the date remains the same. We do not know. No discussion happened today. I repeat, discussion could possibly happen tomorrow, day after, or at a later date when they get more information. I don't know. But as of now, if there's no discussion that has happened today, it indicates or it tells us that most likely you might not see a change of date. That's conjecture. I repeat again. All we are telling you is that no discussion happened in the meeting today. If I was to tell you that no discussion happened in the meeting today with regards to India-Pakistan, What would be your educated guess?
They have found a solution, and that maybe the security situation, whatever might arise, I think they'll have some reinforcements in place. Because
so 15th
it is October 15th.
October.
Because,
given everything, given all the go ahead.
Because 14th, as we all point out, it's a double header day. Can you make it a triple header day? Can't. Pakistan are already playing on the 12th in Hyderabad against Sri Lanka. Now 13th, and then they play on the 14th in Ahmedabad. 16th also, you will encounter logistical problems in that 9-day to 2-week period in Ahmedabad from October 15th till October 29th.
Yeah.
Because of the Dashera Navratra celebrations, it's going to happen. So it's no point in ensuring you change everything, because even now the nightmare is logistical nightmare is still there. 15th already hotels are booked, airfares are already booked, they're all shot up through the roof. Hospital beds have been booked for this particular match. So no point in changing it. If they change it, it will actually, they'll raise questions on the BCCI. Didn't you not have the foresight to see that this can happen in Ahmedabad? Navaratri, Dandiya, Garba, all that's happening. It's happening in a lot of places. So why on earth would you want to do that? So yeah, it's October 15th, 99.9%, and there are reinforcements in place for adequate security arrangements.
Yeah. When you look at the permutation combinations here, which one will have to then look at if you are looking at a change of date, it's just a nightmare. It's a nightmare for the ICC, it's a nightmare for the BCCI, the state boards, and that is something that is too far-fetched at the moment. The other thing being, what can you do to, let's say, salvage this situation? The only way is, of course, this is a late wake-up call for everyone and doesn't look good on part of the BCCI, the strongest board, the richest board and whatnot. The only other way I can see, and given the update that Nikhil shared with everyone at the moment, what it tells me is that you are looking at getting additional support from the security agencies, and that actually looks like the much more probable thing and achievable thing to do from where we stand at the moment than, let's say, change dates for 1, 2, 3 matches. You provide additional security, and that's the only way you can get this match done. I think that is much more achievable than having 2, 3 tweaks here and there in the schedule done, because Pakistan, for one, like we said yesterday as well, will not agree for the date to be changed to 14th, and they will have a strong case in that case. You can't ask a team to play a bumper match at a bumper, in front of a bumper crowd as well, within about 28 hours after you have landed in that city. Yep. It's inhuman.
It is.
It's cruel on the players.
Because if you look at it, every team's turnaround is about 3 to 4 days max.
Pakistan as well, they play the first game on the 6th, their second game is on the 12th. Both happen to be in Hyderabad. So that's fine. Okay, they don't have a lot of, they have a good time there, but you can't say because you've got time there, we're going to give you the third game just 48 hours after you finish your second.
Yep.
That can't happen, and Pakistan will object to it, and they should object to it, truth be told. If it were India, we would have made a huge hue and cry about it.
Yeah. But as I said, this is just the initial update we're giving. We don't know whether the date changes or not. There could still be possibly a date change, and then we look at. But as I said, now just armed with 2 facts. One, that there was no discussion that happened today with the state union, and 2, logistically, as we were discussing, there are lots of issues. If you were to just put 2 and 2 together, it does seem like that now the date change may not happen. As I said, but anything can happen. For all you know, BCCI comes tomorrow, day after, or the day after, or a week later, decides to change a venue. We don't know. Having said that, I'm also hearing is that for a change, BCCI will have a press conference, or they will speak to the media. I don't know whether it will be an official press conference, but our correspondent Nitin is there, as you know, and he had told us earlier that the BCCI and the BCCI secretary is going to be speaking to the media after the meeting is done today. Whether it is on camera or off camera, I do not know, but there is going to be an interaction. Once that interaction happens, then we'll know firmly as to what really did happen at the meeting today. But we've just given you the latest update. Subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already. You'll get to know exact concrete details, because we have a man on the ground.
Yeah.
We'll get to know the exact details, and we will inform that to you as well. Meanwhile, the toss is going to be happening now.
Yep.
The big news is that
Mukesh
Kumar
Yep.
is making his ODI debut.
Yes.
Quick guessing, who do you think is the fast bowler that goes out? Mohammad Siraj's already out. So
yeah.
now you've got between Shardul Thakur, between Umran Malik and Jaydev Unadkat, one of them is going to definitely sit out because you'll have at best 2 other fast bowlers joining Mukesh.
I think
Quick
it will
guesses.
be Jaydev Unadkat.
Who sits out?
Yeah.
So Umran and
Umran, Mukesh and Shardul.
I don't think it's a difficult pick. I think
Same.
Jaydev sits out.
Even I think that Jaydev sits out and Umran as well as Mukesh
Shardul,
Kumar
yeah.
and Shardul, these are your 3 fast bowlers. Having said that, I will not be surprised if Umran is sitting out. And so Mukesh, Jaydev and Shardul play.
Shardul.
Why
Not-
would that be?
Because they could have gone with the people that seem to be ahead in that pecking order, which could be a possibility.
The way I look at it is,
I would want Umran
Yeah.
to play. Made it very
I'm
clear.
saying because Umran isn't there in the Asian Games squad, so he's not there. He's not traveling, unlike the others from that period between 28th of September to the 8th of October.
Yeah.
That gives me a hint, and he wasn't part of the Emerging Asia Cup either. That gives me a hint that he is somewhere in the plans for the ODI World Cup. He is in the running, let's say. He could be that X factor we've been
Yes.
looking for. Is Jaydev Unadkat ahead of him when we talk about adding an X factor to the squad? I'm not sure.
Left armour. Maybe he is. That why are you picking him in the ODI
Yes.
squad then? That left armour factor.
Exactly. And the other bit being that you have not taken another left hammer in Arshdeep.
Arshdeep.
So which means you're going to give him a long rope.
Yes.
But you gave
We may
all of-
agree, disagree is another
That's
thing.
I'm saying you gave all of 9 overs to Jaydev Unadkat, I think, in the second
Completely agree.
test match. And that is his suited format also. We all know that. It's the longest format of the game that he likes the most.
And India seem to have won the toss and
They
they
have.
will probably bowl.
Most likely you'd want to chase, as has happened earlier
at
as
the
well.
Kensington Oval, Barbados. So, yeah, after 12 years they are playing there. My goodness.
We will take a few comments of everyone who thinks, like for example, Mr. Fact also wants Umran, Shardul and Jaydev. he
Jaydev,
wants.
yeah.
But that's not happening. You know that Mukesh is making the debut.
Exactly. So
it
either
does
of
not
Umran or
happen.
yeah, Jaydev. Imagine Shardul is your most experienced bowler then. Pace bowlers, I'm saying, not spin
Yeah.
bowlers. Pace bowlers, he is. Oh, India opt to bowl. That's ideal.
Yeah, but why are you surprised? We had said that they will chase.
Yeah, I got once a prediction right. That's why I was
We
surprised.
always knew that India is going to be chasing,
Yeah.
and it makes sense that India
Will
changes.
they send the playing 11? Well, waiting for that only.
Okay, meanwhile, going to give you another quick update. And this is because we are talking about fast bowlers. This is pertaining to Jasprit Bumrah. We had given this earlier update on Sports Today that Jasprit Bumrah is recovering. He's going to be playing a few practice matches at the NCA and then
Yeah.
taking a call. Now it's almost confirmed that he's likely to be selected for the T20 International in Ireland next month. So, I mean, we knew that.
Yes.
There were indications that Jasprit Bumrah can be back. But now there is almost confirmation that he is fit. He's got the green signal from the NCA after those practice matches and now will be available for selection. And the next selection that is going to happen is the Ireland series, where you're going to be sending a youngish team, I believe.
Yep.
T20 team, but Bumrah, of course, if you want to test him, that would be a great place for him to do. Just to let you know, the 3 T20I internationals that are going to be played versus Ireland are August 18, 20th and 23rd.
23rd. Okay.
So these are the 3 dates. The squad for that particular series is likely to be selected this week. Okay, so it will be anytime, possibly over the weekend. The team will be announced. And when the team is announced, the one name that is going to grab all the headlines, and we're telling you this first, is going to be that of Jasprit Bumrah. You remember he went through a back surgery in March.
Yeah, in New Zealand.
And I think he's
In New
not
Zealand.
played
Since
the
Australia.
Australia
Yes,
T20.
that was last September.
Yes.
Last September. He hasn't played. He's been at the NCA for a long time now, and he's recovering.
Yeah.
So, if you remember the press release that the BCCI had sent earlier, it had said that now he's training with quote unquote full intensity.
Yeah.
I remember that. Which means to say that he's completely recovered.
There were reports around the same time that also suggested that he was bowling good 8 to 10 overs on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Given that video proof as well, we saw this one video in which one could see him run at full tilt as well. Run with all the intensity, bowling at full, and there didn't quite seem there to be any major change to his bowling action, his bowling stride. That was very heartwarming to see from an Indian cricketing perspective.
Okay, so if you remember, this will be, if he's selected, which we're saying most likely he will be, this will be his second tour to Ireland. He went there in 2018 as well.
Yeah.
I think injured his thumb and then could not play the England series.
First 2 tests he couldn't play, he came back in Trent Bridge, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
Yep. So the Indian team is out.
Indian team is out.
So Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Ishan Kishan is your wicket keeper. So no Sanju Samson.
Okay, we'll discuss that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell us the
Hardik
team.
Pandya, Surya Kumar Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja, Shardul Thakur, Kuldeep Yadav, Mukesh Kumar, drum roll please, it's Umran Malik. Not Jaydev, not good.
Okay, which all of us wanted. So, in the team that we all had picked, there has been only one change per se, because all of us wanted Umran.
The other thing Rahul got right, which is batting Surya number 6.
No. That's not a batting order. Do not ever see when the team is announced as the batting
It does
order.
look like.
No, there have been so many occasions.
Surya will bat at 4.
There have been so many occasions where things change. So,
Yeah.
we don't know whether it's a batting order, so not confirming that. That completely changes. We had picked the team yesterday, and I think the only one change, because for Mukesh and Jaydev, we had said it could be either or, so that's not a big surprise that Mukesh is playing. Umran plays. I think that's the one thing that everyone got right. The one thing that all of us got wrong, Siddharth wasn't there yesterday, but if I had to ask you to pick the 11, would Sanju have been part of your team?
Yes.
He would have been, and we all picked it yesterday when we sat for the dugout. All of us went with Sanju Samson because we thought that would have been fair. But once again, dare I say, and it's not the first time, it happens every time. You go into a series, Sanju Samson is in the squad, you think Sanju Samson is going to be playing, and everything is going in that direction, and boom, he does not play. Somewhere in the back of my mind, when we were picking the 11 yesterday, even I had picked Sanju Samson, somewhere in the back of my mind I kept thinking, it's deja vu, because there have been a lot of times we've selected, now is the time that he will play, we want to see him, and something happens and he does not play. Explain.
Again, like I had explained to some players, what wrong did Sanju Samson do in his ODI career until that point? He was your designated finisher, batting at number 5 in that South Africa series. Now, after that injury, you've not picked him. This was the right time to ensure that you picked him, because see, he might be in the World Cup squad as a backup. But again, if KL Rahul comes, the backup spot is between Ishan and Sanju. Now with this, okay, I think Sanju's World Cup dream could be done if you're not playing him in the West Indies, because you're going to pick him you're going to pick the Asia Cup squad soon, and that Asia Cup squad is your World Cup squad.
Yeah.
With 1 or 2 minor changes, but in the 15, you already know who our playing 11 is on October 8th. But if you're not picking Sanju Samson for any of the ODIs in the West Indies, I think his dream is done. If 2023 World Cup is to go, he might get a chance in 24, he might get a chance later on. But 2023, what wrong did Sanju do?
I feel that this is very harsh firstly on Sanju, and I actually think this is now getting down to actually the team management having faith in certain players and not enough faith, let's say, in the others. KL Rahul was given a long rope. You can say whatever from where he comes and all whatnot, if this is state board lobbying and whatnot. I'm not getting into all of that, but KL Rahul got that longish rope, and I can now see Ishan Kishan as well. It could be the fact that he spent a lot of time working alongside Rohit Sharma, and it works out at times, but it's harsh on Sanju.
So you are saying the Mumbai Indians connection is working?
I am not surprised here, because
pretty much saying that.
I'm not. I don't see any other reason, let's say, why Ishan Kishan is being now placed ahead of somebody who's been in the queue for so long otherwise.
Okay. I had also picked Sanju Samson. Everyone had picked Sanju Samson. Now I'm trying to look at it from Ishan Kishan's point of view. It was firstly a touch and go. Even if you look at it from Ishan's point of view, I do not think it's that much of a massive surprise. Okay, forget, you know, which team he plays, whatever. I'm saying try and now just think from Ishan Kishan's point of view. He very recently got you a double 100 in ODI cricket. Wasn't played after
Chittagong, yeah.
wasn't played after that for a few games. There was also justice for Ishan Kishan at that time. There was a video that went viral where I think he told his captain
Rohit Sharma,
Bhaiya aap hi to khila, you know, you only that was also kind of unfair things that had happened to him. Okay, now he's got a chance. So I am not saying that at the moment what you have done is chalk and cheese. It's completely blatantly favoritism. It's not even that, because if you look at Ishan Kishan also, and now that he had a decent test series also, the choice between it would have been like Unatkat, Mukesh Kumar, you know, whichever one you went with, there was not too much of a difference. Why is it that we all wanted to see Sanju Samson? Is because Sanju doesn't get a chance in test matches, hasn't been getting a lot of chance earlier. He's one guy that people think has potential, he's not realized it. So the only reason that I would want to see Sanju is that this was a chance to see and take a final call on what his international future is. T20 cricket, which is IPL cricket, he'll continue to play. But in terms of his future as an international player, also because he doesn't have age on his side, like an Ishan Kishan or few other players, I wanted to see, and there was no better time than this if you really want to test that thing out. That's why I had gone with Sanju Samson. It's not that I think he is a better player than Ishan Kishan or Ishan is better. As I said, it's touch and go there. At the moment, both players are showing enough potential, but both players are not in a position where they can rightfully say or demand, this is my position.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is there. But why I feel a bit aggrieved for Sanju Samson is that sometime you give an opportunity, and I think there's a comment also that came, because you know you have to have similar yardstick. Surya Kumar Yadav and Sanju Samson I'll put in the same boat in that sense. Why is it that I wanted Surya Kumar Yadav? He's also not done well, in fact, in ODI. I wanted because I want to see whether he can realize his potential in ODI or not, and when best can you see it? Then now. You can't be experimenting in Asia Cup and the games after that, right? Now is the chance. Let's see as much as we can and get an idea. And that's why I wanted Surya Kumar Yadav to play. It had nothing to do with his past ODI record, good or bad, but want to see him. If that yardstick can be applied to Surya Kumar Yadav, I think the same yardstick could have been applied to Sanju Samson, where now was an opportunity to see him. With Ishan Kishan, because he's been playing cricket, you know, in test cricket and before that white ball cricket as well, in the middle plate T20 also, I know what I'm getting with him. I know that he is an option. He's a left-hander attacking batsman, but Sanju has not got a consistent run. So let's play him, let's keep him with the team. So that is why I'm a bit disappointed. I don't know whether again, you know, you could blame us from looking at conspiracy theory, whether this is a way of securing KL Rahul's spot.
KL Rahul.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Imagine if Sanju was to be brought in
And
as an
really
outstanding,
well,
how would you have got KL Rahul to come back into the 11?
But even in the
Would have been tough.
But are you in
Would
a
have
way
been tough. But now as soon as I have Ishan doing it, with Ishan you can always say now that he's a top order batsman. You may very well see him bat in the top order now. KL has agreed to bat number 5.
But haven't we seen in the past?
And Sanju would compete for that spot. Not so much.
But haven't we seen in the past, even Sunil Gavaskar mentioned in one of his comments that some senior players can easily come back into the team. And that culture...
that was in reference to Virat and Rohit, right?
I think now it's expanded.
No, but can I tell you, in KL's case, to be fair, his ODI...
His ODI record is pretty good.
And I think in a way he had kind of established himself as the wicket keeper at 5.
He won you 2 matches.
And then he got injured. So to be fair to him, he's no more an automatic choice in Test cricket or T20, right? But in ODI he would. So if he's fit, it's only natural that he gets a chance to play. And then if he doesn't show you form in a few games, then you take a call and go to a backup. Well, the point is, it would have been a bit of a awkward situation had, let's say Sanju batted in the middle order, that same fifth batting order position, and got you a lot of runs, and then because he was the first choice KL, he also has to come in, then it would have been a bit awkward to put Sanju. Now if Ishant plays and KL comes back, then it's easy to put KL into it and Ishant made to sit out, because they are not competing for that same spot. Ishant that way is like a backup opener or a top order batsman sort of a thing.
Exactly.
I don't know whether if that is something, or if the Indian team management was thinking as far ahead as I am.
But why would you? I don't quite like this theory that much, because I'll tell you.
Even I don't like it.
But I'm
just giving the theory.
I'm just saying because why would as team management you want, let's say, a certain player to not do exceptionally well over there and cause you more problems, so that you're paving the way for a return for a player who's injured at the moment.
Because then when the problem happens, then it's not great for team management. You guys only will sitting here on Sports Today studio will start questioning and what is this? Sanju got so many runs. So now they made your job easy. Now you don't have to. There will be no runs when KL comes. He comes in straight up.
So this is, it's not good signs, let's say, coming out from
I agree.
The team management.
It isn't.
I don't like it. See, we knew with certain players they weren't given a long rope in the past. We've seen an extensively long and unending rope being given to KL Rahul, where you waited for him to not do well in one format, then the other finally took a call, then he did you well in a different position in the third format. So that is called giving a long rope and persisting with the player. Here's a player who's been in and out of the side, and now there comes another player who didn't really set the stage on fire for all the money that his franchise paid in the IPL for him. He has been rubbing shoulders with the captain of the team and who's now captain of the Indian team, and it can't just all align just like that. See, every captain, even MS had it. MS had it for Jaddu, he had a soft spot for Ashwin, but the thing with that was it aligned well for the team as well. You weren't making someone else better than an Ashwin sit out just because Ashwin played for your franchise.
See, I'll tell you the problem in this long rope theory. Okay, Suryakumar Yadav, 3 consecutive Golden Ducks against Australia, 20 plus ODIs he's already played, hasn't set the stage on fire. But Suryakumar is primarily reliant on his ODI performances because he's had a fantastic T20 career.
But I like that.
Again,
But the same logic I want with Sanju also.
Sanju also, exactly.
But Sanju has not done well in T20Is, but has been consistent in ODIs.
Agreed. That's why
I think he's averaging 6.
He
He did well in the South Africa series.
Then if you were to just pit Surya against Sanju in that case,
But even
Sanju is better. I
Exactly.
agree. But I'm saying I don't want the team management to be, rejecting players. You should have the attitude of trying to select players. Select rather than reject. So if you have that selection mentality that I'm looking to select, then I'm okay with you going with a Suryakumar Yadav, because you're not trying to reject him. You're giving him an opportunity to be selected.
Even Surya is on
Similarly, you should have
what
for
I
Sanju.
feel right now is you actually, so everyone knows this, that even Ishan Kishan knows it, that he is the designated backup opener also. Now you've actually secured him on 2 spots. You've actually given him a second spot in the side.
I don't think that second spot he'll get, because KL will get it.
KL will get it.
He has 2 openings now, let's say, one of course right top the order, and then of course now at number 4 or 5, whatever it
No,
may be.
that is only temporary.
But with
Even
Sanju,
Surya
he's
is
not got
temporary.
even one.
That's
He's got
what-
nothing in both his hands.
That's what
right
I'm
now Ishan has something in both his hands.
Even Surya is temporary because Shreyas will come back. Shreyas will automatically step back.
But that would be, what if he has a great ODI series now?
The same situation.
No, then they will have to take all of them in the squad.
Yeah.
11 may be an issue.
11 is an issue. That's what
But
I'm
you will have to.
saying.
But the thing is, to sort that 11, you'll have many more matches.
Yeah.
You could actually pit them against each other.
You've
Going
got-
forward in
yeah.
Asia Cup and
You've got a
Australia
total,
series.
in combined with this, you've got about 14 games left for the World Cup. Until the World Cup.
Nothing against Ishan. Yes, he shows a lot of promise. But my point here being that there's a certain process, let's say, that has to be followed over here.
Process?
Yeah.
What
Again,
process?
the process of, let's say, being in the queue. You can't just parachute someone and
Who are you talking about? Parachute?
Ishan. Again,
Ishan was
Sanju's
there, na?
been with the side for good 2.5 years
So
now.
has Ishan.
Yeah.
Not that long enough.
No. 2-3 years at least.
Yeah.
But longer than Sanju has
See,
even.
2021, Okay, he's been there since 2021, Ishan Kishan, when he made his debut against England. Sanju, the problem is his career coincided with two greats.
That's fine.
And also when he got the chance, but that too in a different format altogether,
Yeah.
he didn't excel. That's the problem. Both Ishan and Sanju Samson, they haven't banged the doors down to ensure my
But then
selection is
still-
sealed. KL Rahul at least has played you a couple of match-winning knocks. Credit where the devil is due. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
he has done it. But again, Sanju Samson, what went against him? That injury, okay, which robbed him of playing time.
Yes.
IPL was just one factor.
Yeah.
But again, did he have an exceptional IPL?
Both
Neither
for
did Ishan Kishan.
Exactly, both.
But somehow Kishan got the nod to be even in the WTC, and he made his test debut. So he is already there. Like I said in the railway system, he
See,
is
what's
in.
Actually, I think helping Ishan a little more over here is the fact that you are in, somewhere in the corner of your mind, or in some corner of your heart, you're looking for a like replacement for Rishabh Pant. That is also helping his cause. Forget the fact that he's getting support from the team management. I think there is this sort of a national wave as well, or this national emotion as well, to have somebody like a Rishabh Pant in the squad at all times, and that too is helping.
See,
him
now-
No, but there's not much to, that is in test cricket. There isn't much to choose from in terms of aggression or playing style when it comes to Sanju and Ishan.
Yeah.
See,
Sanju is as aggressive, if not
exactly.
more.
That got you a place. Let's say not just that. I'm saying one of the elements could be testing, plus of course the fact that Rohit Sharma and whatnot, because numbers aren't really adding up at the moment.
Yeah.
If you look at the ticket, if you want to look at the Indian system of railways, Qatar, incidentally, in a country which has got lines for everything, here there seems to be no process, no lines. So you may say Ishan Kishan is RAC at this point. Sanju is waitlist, unfortunately. And if you want Surya Kumar Yadav, even he's also kind
RAC.
of in that. No, I think
Waitlist?
Iyer is coming back. Shreyas is RAC.
No, we'll know. But Iyer's not here right now. Speak now. You don't know how
Yeah.
Sky's series pans out.
Yeah, if Sky has
Then
some good we get some mileage
You
points.
get VIP quota, then
Yeah.
your RAC becomes
Premium
confirmed.
Tatkal.
Yeah. So
If he does premium Tatkal, then in this West Indies series, he gets to
Yeah.
confirm them.
okay, let's take a few super chats.
Yeah.
Roy SP is saying, "Sir, I told you yesterday too. My personal choice would have been Samsung, but I knew this. Now the theory of connections aside, but it's gut feeling." So Roy SP pointed out that Ishan will play. I also said back of my head, I had that. I wanted Sanju Samson to play. Back of my head, I knew because it's happened before. It was like a deja vu moment where we've said, "Oh, this is the series where Sanju this is," and suddenly when the team
It's
is announced,
deja vu
Sanju
at
is
the
not
moment
there.
as well.
Yeah.
That's what I said. So it was deja vu coming that it might happen again.
Yeah.
When we sit here, sure enough, it's happened. Shubham Garg, what's he saying?
Shubham Garg is saying Sky has a big problem playing ODIs because opposition best bowlers bowl 4 to 5 overs in depth, whereas in T20 best bowler max can bowl 2 overs in a row.
Yeah, but I think he's such a good batsman, doesn't matter
Yeah.
if the best bowler bowls 2 or 4. Honestly, it doesn't matter. And I really want him to succeed in T20, in ODI
ODIs.
cricket, because I see no reason why a batsman who's successful in T20 cannot be in ODIs. We keep looking at Sky through the lens of IPL and T20 cricket, but you got to remember he's been playing for years.
Yeah.
You know, he's even a red ball cricketer. He's captain Mumbai in Ranji Trophy. He's
good
not.
runs also.
He's not one of those T20 bashers alone. Don't see him like that. He's not. Just look back at his career. I see no reason why he cannot be successful in ODI.
Yeah.
It just baffles me that a guy with so much talent is not. So could be a coincidence. Sometimes it's bad luck. The greatest
He
of
was
players
playing in the
sometimes have
Duleep
bad
Trophy
patches.
also, if I'm not wrong.
Tulip.
Surya.
No, if he's not now, he's played so many.
Yeah, he didn't do well.
He's played so many. I'm just saying it's just a question of
Yeah.
just a poor coincidence. It cannot be. You can't keep a battle. He's not, as I said, he's not a brash, young kid who only knows one way of playing, whack the ball. He's not that. He's a proper batsman. He's
Proper
played
batsman.
all formats.
Yes.
All formats and done well at all formats. So I cannot imagine that, he's not successful in.
He would probably
ODI.
want the best bowler to be bowling to him, because that best bowler will probably have that accuracy, will have that speed also, which he can make use of. He's got 3 shots in his book, remember?
He's shaved his dadi also. He's clean shaven. Surya Kumar Yadav.
Wasn't he clean shaven in the IPL?
No, but he would had a bit of a stubble.
Surya Kumar Yadav. But again, the problem is, I won't be surprised if a West Indies series yet again causes you confusion and conundrum in team selection. Happened when R. Ashwin was chosen, suddenly parachuted. That was a parachuted selection.
Last time.
For the T20 World Cup, what happened then after that? Now,
Yeah.
you've got two major problems in your World Cup squad. I don't know whether you'll address them or not. Whether you want to play an off spinner, whether there'll be a left-handed.
But you aren't looking at any off spinner now. There is no off spinner even in the talks or even in the reckoning.
Okay, a quick word on the West Indian 11 as well. Shea Hopes, the captain. You've got Mayers, Brandon King, Athanas. You saw him in Test cricket.
Yes.
Hetmeyer comes back. Roman Powell, Romario Shepherd. All of these names you're very familiar with. Regular IPL appearances that they get. You've got Yannick Kharia, Dominic Drakes, we know.
Yes.
Jaden Seals and Gutakesh Moti, Siddharth's favourite.
The left armer, Gutakesh Modi.
No Sinclair, huh?
No, Kevin Sinclair is in the squad.
Is in the squad.
But
I was
not-
actually looking forward to Kevin Sinclair quite a. He looks like a smart bowler to me.
I thought you would like him for his celebrations. That flip that he does after taking a wicket.
But this looks like a much more competitive white ball side than the one we saw in Test matches. I mean, the difference between India and West Indies, there was a gulf. Because a youngish team, a lot of unknowns there. This is a more familiar team for Indian fans.
Shea Hope, Hetmeyer, Powell, and even King for that matter.
Even Shepherd, Shepherd can.
And
really
this is Nicholas Pooran playing franchise cricket.
Yes.
Imagine if he was also there.
Holder not up for selection.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a decent team.
Yeah.
Nicholas Pooran.
Yeah.
Just add Nicholas Pooran to that team.
Yeah. Oof.
It'd be a good team.
There'll be no Brandon King, then you would have.
Or
Nicholas
Athanas
Pooran.
also can go out.
Yeah. And
We're
Jason
more of
Bulda
a
comes
test kind of a player.
But imagine even with that full strength team, everybody was there, yet they couldn't make it. They lost to Zimbabwe. They tied against the Netherlands to
by the way,
concede
playing
31.
O'Shane Thomas right now.
Yeah.
He can really crank it up.
But again, O'Shane has one major problem. One-dimensional. Short.
And
That's the
loses
problem.
control at times.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But
Hurt West
good
Indies
pace.
very badly.
Good pace.
I'm going to
20,
take
yeah.
Abhijit Satyanarayanan's question. He says Indian management playing Sky hoping he will score big runs, but you drop Sanju even though he played well. Look, Sanju as batter, not only as wicketkeeper. To Abhijit, you're bang on.
Yep.
And this is exactly what we discussed in detail. That if you want someone like a Sky to succeed, then I think you would also want someone like a Sanju Samson to succeed. So that same courtesy should be extended to Sanju also. And by that logic, as I said, cricketing wise, you can't really say that, picking an Ishan Kishan over Sanju is that drastic.
Yes.
You're really not picking a big time performer against a non-performer. That's not the case. So, but as I said, we know what Ishan Kishan can offer. We've seen him play a few other formats, including ODIs in the recent past. But Sanju was injured, has been out for very long.
Yeah.
If you're trying to include him in the setup, you're trying to be inclusive, selection is your idea, not rejection, then if not now, when? Which is what saddens me a bit.
Sanju. That will be a topic of polarization.
Yes.
GGK, I'll want to channel my inner GGK today.
Mr. Shekhar from the US says, good morning. He says, Colombo has 3 grounds, Premadasa, Pisara Oval and Senali Sports Club. Nick sir and Sidvi, which of these did you enjoy most of for your experience? I enjoyed Khettarama the most.
Yeah, that's the Premadasa.
Premadasa, with the most tradition, all the big games happen there. And there's a lot of energy in the stands and they are dancing in the aisles, as Tony Gregg would say.
Gregg, yep.
All of those memories. And the other one I don't have great memories of because 900 and all was scored, so it's
That was the same venue.
That was
Premadasa, that was Khettarama.
no, that wasn't Khettarama.
That was Khettarama. Not Sinhalese Sports Club.
That was Sinhalese.
Khettarama.
Check.
Sinhalese Sports Club was where Jaisuri had 199.
No, but are you sure?
Yeah, it was Khettarama. I mean, I can remember Nilesh Kulkarni bowling from the Khettarama end.
Got the first wicket and then never.
Yeah, because I remember Ketarama end was there. So that's why I missed the Premadasa.
Oh, that's not a great memory.
Yeah, so
I thought that was SSC.
SSC was next test when he hit 199.
Ah, okay. That was also a rather.
Yeah, it was a dull draw.
draw.
For me,
Correct.
my best, obviously, Nidahas trophy I had covered. But I saw the Peace Sara. It was very, very beautiful. I mean, one of the best stadiums. Unfortunately, I don't play much matches there. But yeah, there are old scoreboard, grass banks, the Tamil Union Cricket Club, one of the oldest unions in Sri Lanka. And
Yes.
Sinhalese Sports Club, I had the royal privilege of watching one of their best school contests, the Royal Tommy affair. I had gone there. You feel that typical Jojita Vai Sikandar vibe there. My God, different schools, and they're all cheering for their
that was
clubs.
Premadasa.
Yeah, I mean that is the way. So yeah, all three I would rate experience-wise: Pisara number 1, Ketarama 2, and SSC at 3. But SSC, it's a beautiful, beautiful ground indeed. So one super chat was missed. SP Roy is like saying, wait, I think we haven't missed it, SP Roy, just wait. Up. Nikhil sir. Okay, SP Roy said this yesterday too. If Samson did well this series and KL comes back, you either will have to remove KL or Ishan. So probably this could be a reason. SP Roy, when I'm telling you, in Indian cricket, I've stopped looking for reasons. Because selection seems to be one of the most difficult things that is ever there in Indian cricket. So I am sorry for that.
By the way, gents, quick word on the jersey. Maybe we had exchanged our thoughts on the test jersey with the sponsor name right here. First time around, we're seeing it in ODIs.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
David Silva has announced retirement from football.
Oh, David Silva.
What a player.
Yeah. Okay, so Hardik Pandya is opening the bowling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good to see him bowl. That means you're looking at him bowling 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Yes. And I think he's bowling with good pace.
Yeah, but pace he's shown in
135
T20 also.
kmph, yeah.
He reaches 140s also.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
And I hope India can overcome their jinx at Barbados, because in history we have only won one encounter there. That's it.
But this team I don't think.
Hope so. And that the lowest of the low could be 1997.
Look at the shot. Is that
Brandon
King? He's opening.
Yeah, he's opening.
Nice.
Brandon King and Kyle Mears.
So we'll see you mid innings now. We'll take your leave. It's all these ODIs are very important, because we're building up towards the World Cup. 12 ODIs to go. So each World Cup is very important for Indian cricket. It'll give you answers to the question that we've been, seeking answers to in terms of team selection, fitness, strategy, all of that.
Form.
Yeah, everything. So each game is important. It's going to tell us something. And we'd love to know your thoughts as well. We'll share our expertise. So we are going to be live throughout the series in the night, in the mid innings, on Sports Today.
Yep.
So look forward to your company.
And in the wee hours as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Towards the
exactly.
end, as well as mid innings. We're going to be here.
Yep.
Very big games coming up.
Hopefully no rain, please. Bye-bye.
On that
See you.
note, bye-bye. See ya.
See ya.